Cyclic quadrilateral theorem. So, as in any theorem, right, whenever you start understanding a theorem, there are some basic concepts that you should be aware of. For example, if I take a circle like this, and if I create an angle like this is called as an inscribed angle, right? And if I ask you what is measure of this angle, how will you find measure of this angle? So the way is to take half of the arc opposite to it, correct? Which is nothing else but an inscribed angle theorem. So here in this cyclic quadrilateral theorem, this is a basic concept that you should be aware of. And plus that, if I ask you, in a circle there are many arcs. Let's say this is one arc, and this is the next arc, and this is the third arc, and this is the fourth arc. If I add all the measure of these arcs, all the measure of all these four arcs, what will be the value equal to? It will be equal to 360 degree, because sum of measure of a circle is always 360 degree. So if you keep these two basic things in your mind, proving cyclic quadrilateral theorem is a very easy job. Let's see how. So first of all, let's understand what is the cyclic quadrilateral theorem, right? So what does the cyclic quadrilateral theorem says? If I draw a cyclic quadrilateral, so let me just draw a circle roughly like this. And cyclic quadrilateral means what? Inside a circle there will be a quadrilateral. This is what is cyclic quadrilateral mean, right? So if I name it as A, B, C, D, A, B, C, D. So this is a cyclic quadrilateral. I need to show that sum of opposite angles are supplementary. Sum of opposite angles are supplementary means this angle plus this angle should give me 180 degree. Similarly, this angle plus this angle should give me 180 degree. That's what I need to prove. So let's start proving it. So first of all, in exams, right, usually the sum comes like state and prove cyclic quadrilateral theorem. So if they ask you to write the statement, you will have to write the statement. So let's say what is the statement of cyclic quadrilateral theorem. Statement says opposite angles of a cyclic quadrilateral are supplementary. That is the statement itself. Opposite angles of cyclic quadrilateral are supplementary. Okay, so this is what I need to prove. So let's start proving it. So as you know, in theorem there are few things that you have to start with. So first of all, we'll write given, then we'll say to prove, and if at all there is any construction, then we'll have to write construction. But in this theorem there is no construction as such, so directly I will start with the proof. Okay, so let's say what is given in this sum. It is nothing else but a cyclic quadrilateral is there in front of me, right? So I will say quadrilateral A, B, C, D is a cyclic quadrilateral. Simple, that is the thing given to me. And what I need to prove? I need to prove opposite angles are supplementary, right? That means I need to prove angle this plus angle this, that is angle A plus angle C is 180 degree. Similarly, I need to prove the opposite angles like B and D is also 180 degree. Angle B plus angle D is equals to 180 degree. Let's start proving it. So as I said before, there are two basic things that you will need here. So let me start with that. So tell me one thing. If you look at this angle A, right, just focus on this angle A at the first place. And if I ask you, what is angle A's value equal to? I mean, how will you find the value of angle A? So let's see the arc opposite to A. Do you see an arc over here, a big arc like this, which angle A is inscribing? This arc, right? So as per inscribed angle theorem, what can I say? This angle A's measurement will be nothing else but half of this arc which it is inscribing, right? Half of this arc. So I will say angle A is nothing else but half of measure arc, what? BCD. BCD. Similarly, if I ask you, what will be the measure of this angle, angle C? The same way you can think from the opposite side. So angle C is nothing else but half of this arc which it is inscribing, correct? This arc. So let's do that. So we'll say angle C. If I ask you what is angle C's measurement, it will be half of measure arc. What is that measure arc? BAD. So it is BAD. Simple as that. I just applied inscribed angle theorem from both the angles, and I will just mention over here, this is by inscribed angle theorem. Fine. So let's move to the next part now. Now the next thing is, just look at this proof. What you need to prove, angle A plus angle C is 180 degree. So you already have angle A and angle C over here, right? Let's add them. So let me number it as 1 and number it as 2, and here I will say add 1 and 2. So tell me, when I add them, what will happen? So adding is nothing else but add these two sides. Similarly, add these two sides. That means angle A will get added to angle C. This is getting added to this. At the same time, in the right hand side, what will happen? These two things will get added, right? So half of measure arc BCD will get added to half of measure arc BAD. Done. So both of them have half in common, right? Let me take this out. If I take half common out, what will be left with me? Measure arc BCD plus measure arc BAD. Correct? If I take half common out, this is the thing which will remain inside the bracket. At the same time, over here, this will remain as it is. Angle A plus angle C. I'm not touching this. Now just give it a thought. Angle A plus angle C is equals to half of, what is this? Measure arc BCD plus measure arc BAD. BCD and BAD. Look at the figure once. BCD and BAD. Where is it? BCD, BAD. It is forming the entire circle, right? So I just told you what is the measure of the complete circle. It is 360 degree. So remove this and write 360 degree. Simple as that. So I will have to write a reason for this, obviously. So what will be the reason for this? Measure of a circle. Measure of circle. Done. And this is a matter of cancellation. 2 ones are 2, 3 is 1 carry, 2 8s are 16 and 0. So what am I left with? Angle A plus angle C is nothing else but what is left over here? 180. So my answer is 180 degree. That is what I need to prove, right? And I proved it. Now there comes a question, do I need to prove the next one also? No, you don't need to. So you will simply say similarly. Similarly, the next line you just have to copy it over here. You don't have to prove it. Angle B plus angle D is equals to 180 degree. Hence proved.